In honor of National Preparedness Month 2016, 501 Tactical is proud to present the Rush 72 Hour Backpack. Proudly made in Vietnam, this backpack is made of ruggedized water repellent generic 1050 denier nylon and has a 55-liter total capacity and features YKK zippers. If you're looking for the best bug out bag in the world, you found it, the Rush 72. Okay, I'm just joking. This is not sponsored by 501 Tactical. But this is the backpack I've been using for the last 4 years. So, what I want to do, because it is National Preparedness Month, I thought it'd be good. Let me adjust the camera. I thought it'd be good if we take an overview of the Rush 72 backpack. Because one, it's National Preparedness Month. You know, it really is good to prepare. In the Army, we have a saying, complacency kills. In the Boy Scouts, it was always be ready, or always be prepared. Always be ready, that's 501 Tactical saying. So, you know, it pays to be prepared, okay? So, let's go with a little history. Like I said, this is a 4-year review of this backpack. I've had this backpack since 2012. And I bought it as a travel bag because at the time I didn't have access to the bases with a car because my wife had the car. She took it with the kids and stuff. So I needed something I could pack my clothes in, uniform, miscellaneous gear, and do shopping with it. So, and it would even serve in the field sometimes. So I can tell you this backpack's seen a lot of use. But by 2013 though, I had to carry so much crap that I had to upgrade to this backpack, which you've seen before. The Rapid Dominance 96, which, in my opinion, I do like better overall. There's a few things about the Rush 72 I like better, but that gives you a little history lesson about this. So, let's kind of talk about how I use it. That's one thing I want to share. You know, this review is not about like one of those open box where you open the box and you talk about what you like about it. This is a guy who's had to use it for military purposes, civilian purposes, and now I use it as a bug out bag. So I thought you'd be interested to see how it performs and what you can do with it. So with that in mind, let's start with the outside on the end. Like I already said, the total capacity is supposed to be 55 liters, and like I'm always talking about, the companies play with these numbers a lot, so just take it with a grain of salt. It has tons and tons of pockets. You know, 501 Tactical does advertise this as a bug out bag now. That's how in fact, that little spiel I was reading about the best bug out bag in the world, that's straight from the company's webpage. So if you start from the outer compartment, see, look at this. You've got this big admin section here, which I keep this flashlight radio combination here. What is this? The Gold Zero solar charger. Pencils, papers, miscellaneous stuff. It's actually pretty I really do like the admin section here. Paracord here. That's pretty good. You know, and that don't even max this out. You've got like the sunglass pocket up here. I'm sorry, not sunglass. This is supposed to be like your upper admin pocket. And to be honest, this is one thing I don't like about this backpack, and I like about the Rapid Dominance better. This thing is small. One thing, you know, to be honest with you, 501 Tactical, if I had a company model for them, it would be 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Because they come up with an overall good design, then they do little silly things that just throw it off. For example, this is supposed to be a tactical backpack. You know, advertised for law enforcement, first responders, you know, military, we've adopted this. Okay, wouldn't it make sense then if it's a tactical backpack that you'd want to have easy access to your gear? When you're panicking, I won't say panic, but when the adrenaline's going through your body, you don't have time to do fine motor control. Things have to be easy access, easy grab, easy everything. So, as a tactical backpack also, you'd want to have something up here to store your gear. So you would think, like taking a page from Camelback, they had actually, and the medium Molly 2 rucksack that was also issued by the Army has a big upper admin section to where you can put your night vision gear in, goggles, anything you want. Really roomy. Well, this on the other hand's got this really small pocket. Yes, it's mesh, So I got extra batteries I keep here. This is my headlamp. And you got this divider, which I do keep a pair of gloves. It's cool. I mean, I love the organization. But it's so small though, you know, it's like you got to think about what you're doing with it instead of just having big and open like you would see with other brands like the Rapid Dominance. That's one reason I like it so much. And they've got this space. If you look here, this pocket goes to about like right here, but they got nylon that goes out further. They could make this bigger. In fact, I think they should. It would really make this nicer. So if we continue with going on the outward end, you've seen in plenty of videos and all how this has this shove it pocket here. And one thing I hope you can see on this video here, and I'll bring it up closer, is I modified mine. Let me see. I had mine modified. I had Velcro put here and here. Because to be totally honest with you, and I'm not the only reviewer to ever mention this thing is a pain in the butt. It really is. Unless you're going to use it every day, like you have a dedicated use for it, in my opinion, it kind of sucks. As you can see how I got this loaded with gear here and how it just flops down? So, you know, you have to struggle to keep this tight, right? You got to struggle with that. Or, let's say like maybe you're in a rush or something, you forget to buckle this. You just got this thing that just kind of flops right there. Kind of annoying, to be honest with you. It slows you down. But on the other hand, if you got helmets, like say this bicycle helmet, okay, shoes, a jacket that you know you're going to need, hey, it works. Let's take an actual Army issue helmet. Uh-oh. Might stretch this out a little bit more. There we go. Now it can work, but see how I got gear in here too? So now it's kind of like warping the shape of the equipment, and yeah, it's just not the best design. The Direct Action Ghost, which I did a review about before, has a much, what I consider to be a better system. I won't say perfect, but better, because it has cinch cord, or shock cord. It has shock cord on the side that you can pull and tighten. So instead of flopping like this, it'll close up like this when you don't need it. I like that. So anyway, spent 11,000 won, roughly $10 at the time, to have this Velcroed shut. That was my solution for that. Let's go ahead and leave it unbuckled, because we're going to be looking at it. If you look at the side, you got these two water bottles. I'm not water bottles, sorry, these two long pockets here. Okay? Now the pockets are not bad. I keep a platypus, water filter in here. As you will see here in just a few seconds, USGI canteen will fit in there. See, goes to about right there. You get all the extra space. A 40-ounce Clean Canteen brand with GSI cup. Should fit in there. Yeah, see? Does fit in there. Nothing bad, nothing wrong with that. You know, having said that, I mean, it depends on your preferences. I've gotten used to having two big pockets. One pocket for some gear, like on the Rapid Dominance, and some gear up here. Because what I find is, it's like if I put this here, I kind of like have a lot of empty space up here. So I really don't know what to do with it, you know, it's like, wow, what do I do with this? So I've learned, like the Rapid Dominance, I've learned to like having two separate pockets. Because that way I can organize my gear better and I don't have empty space. But that's just my personal opinion. That's neither right nor wrong. I just point that out so you understand how to use it for your purposes. Okay. You know, like all 501 Tactical, you got the yoke system here. It works. I've made comments before, you know, it fits a little awkward around body armor and stuff. I don't think it's the best fit. You know, you've got this thin, like the Rush 24, like the whole Rush line for that matter. You got this thin padding with this slightly recessed panel here. It is hardback panel. You don't know it because I got stuff. I got some of my equipment stuffed in here. But it's really, you're going to sweat. Let's just put it away. I don't think it's the most comfortable thing. If some reviewers say it's really comfortable, but in my opinion, most of those reviewers have not maybe experienced a more comfortable backpack, or maybe sometimes they haven't used it enough to really get a good feel for it. But I can tell you, having to use this for shopping, carrying body armor, carrying NBC equipment, and a whole bunch of stuff, this thing, and I'll show it to you, I'm going to put this on and I'll explain the problem better. It is not the most comfortable bag in the world. And this is why I don't use it every day. In fact, this bag right now weighs just over 26 pounds without my, let's call it defensive equipment. If I insert my defensive equipment in this bag, it'll weigh over 27 pounds. I can go hiking with this because I do this, I practice, I put this bag on and I will use for exercise and to make sure I understand my equipment, not one of those armchair bug out guys who tells you about how cool this bag is but never use it. No, I actually put this to use and I use the equipment from time to time, like on camping out trips and stuff. After about, good grief, a mile and a half or two, I just kind of want to get it off of me. It's a gear bag. It's not a hiking bag. You do not want to go long-term hiking with this. Compare that to something like, and we'll call this an upcoming preview of what the next backpack I'm going to do. The Fact Track from Eberly Stock, which is designed as a tactical boat and hiking. Totally different story. Or like the review I did about the Half Track, the Eberly Stock Half Track. I did over 9 miles on that, and it was comfortable. This? No. It's a gear bag. But let's continue on with the review. I'll give you some more, insight and opinions later. So right here, I take it back. I do have this empty. If I put something in here, but you do have the backing. There you go. Hear that? So if you want to get the backing out and play with it, hey, there it is. And I do like the fact that it has that plastic backing there because it gives it some rigidity. I do keep a little pocket here, like a little satchel or immersed, whatever you want to call it. So Korean style, that keeps some documents and money in here. Because if nothing else, I can take this with me and I'll be able to have my passport and other important stuff with me. So I got this canteen. I got all this storage in here. I don't have to go over this with you because there's so many reviewers who've already done this. Just suffice to say, it's got a lot of pockets and organization. And I tell you, as a travel bag, I do like that. I really do. Because the stuff I don't use every day, like for example, take this toiletry kit here. This is my toiletry kit here. I don't use this every day. But whether it be a bug out bag or let's say like I'm taking one of my frequent military travels, I keep this stuff here. It's always here. I don't have to think twice about it. It's good to go. So when I get to my destination, I just unzip it, take out what I need, right? It's there and ready to go. I like that. This is one of the things I do is a plus. It's a big plus of this product. Also, just like all the other Rush bags, it does have a fleece glass, for your sunglasses. I keep this Altoids kit, mint can with like a mini survival kit, so that way if I ever had to dump this, because this is a bug out bag, right? This is the emergency. At least I can have something with me. Okay. The water. Now this backpack is water repellent. It will repel some water. And what it is, it's not the outside. The coating is not on the outside. It's on the inside. And maybe I can show you in the camera again. If you look here, you'll see like a coating, right? I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera. Let me try to zoom in for you. But you'll notice how the texture here is different than the outside. I hope you can at least. That's the coating. Okay, that's what gives it the water repellency. A brand like Maxpedition does the opposite. They put the coating on the outside. 51 Tactical, they put the coating on the inside. So let me put everything back in here, because what I'm going to do, I want to show you how this fits. I'm about 6 feet tall, and I weigh too much. Okay? Let's just say I'm not light. So this, what I want to do is, this will give you an idea of like how this would fit you. So, give me a second here, forgive me if A little sloppy and time consuming, but shove this in here, shove it in here. Voila. Let's try to get this thing Velcroed back together. See what a pain this is? Yeah. Now I got a buckle there, so okay, it's good enough. So I'm going to stop the camera, put this on, and now camera back on when I'm ready. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for joining me. So here's what the Rush 72-hour backpack looks like. Again, remember, I'm about 6 feet tall. I'm just shy of 6 feet. So look here. Look here. Okay. Now it does come with these this removable hip belt, and that's a good feature. It has a tuck away hip belt, which, hey, saves you money. So I'm not complaining about that, and it's a nice feature, and when you don't need it, it stows away here. So, hey, pluses for 5-in-1 Tactical for that. When you need it, you just simply, pull it out and buckle it. Now, here's the thing. At my size, this backpack, to be honest with you, is a little too short. When I say short, it's not long enough. See how it's coming on like right here, like above my gut, like just above my navel. Now, I talked about this in a previous backpack video with the eBay stock half track, and you'll see this again with other people. A properly fitting backpack, you'd want this hip belt here on your hips. This can't do that, okay? This is designed for shorter people. 5-in-1 Tactical, like a lot of other companies, they're looking at the average person. And so from what the statistics I saw, the average person in the United States is roughly like 5'9". So you're looking at someone that size, a few inches shorter. So here's the consequence of this. If you're 5'9", you might actually find this more comfortable than I do. But at my size, I find it uncomfortable. And not terribly, I mean, it's not horrendous. But what it is, instead of using your hip and your lower back with a good lumbar support to help support that weight, all the weight is on my shoulders. Right now, again, it's just over 26 pounds. 27 pounds with defensive equipment. So, yeah, it doesn't seem bad. It's not terrible. I mean, I can walk around with this. But I know for a fact, again, I can take my eBay stock backpacks. I can take my Army issued large rucksack, which I'll do a review on that later too, and give you some tips on how to use it along with the regular assault pack that you will not find from other reviewers. That I know of, at least. But that's down the road. And I can carry like literally 50 pounds of gear, and I will be more comfortable in that versus half the weight in this. Because those are more ergonomically designed to work with your body and to distribute the weight. This, as I'm always saying, these are not hiking backpacks. You could use it, adopt it if you want, and it might work for you, but overall this is a gear bag. This is like something, the way I envision it, seems to be, you might put your helmet here, you put like, you could like strap on some magazines or something. You're a first responder, you're reporting to a scene, you need some gear, but you don't want heavy gear, it's just bulky gear. That's why, if that makes any sense. This isn't like, okay, great, let's go on a 10-mile hike today through the mountains. Yeah, that would be great. And let's load it with about 50 pounds of gear. No, you'll hate it. I've had 50 pounds in this before. Like I said, I've used it for grocery shopping, carrying a bunch of other equipment. No, it's no bueno. However, with all that said, let me give you another look at this. And let me give you my final thoughts and impressions about it. Okay, if you're looking for a bug-out bag, and in my mind, a bug-out bag is not having the best bag. It's about having a dependable bag. Something that will work and you don't plan on using every day, this will work. It's not perfect. Something I should mention besides how it's kind of uncomfortable is also the construction. You won't see it because I burned off all the excess threading, but for like 6 months, all this threading, and like especially where the PALS webbing is, and you might see a little bit right there, this stuff was just coming undone. So I'd have to take a cigarette lighter, burn it. And you might even be able to see here. Yeah, let me try to get in close. You kind of see where it's coming a little loose on stitching, just a touch. And this is funny is, when I bought this, This is back when 501 Tactical was advertising these bags having like 2,000 pound like weight limit on the grab handle. Like literally you could put 2,000 pounds in here and this handle would hold here. It wouldn't tear apart. So it's like, it's kind of like showing signs of stress. But you know, I've had it for 4 years. Great, I don't use it every day, but it's still working. So, you know, if you are looking for a dependable bag, it'll work for you. In fact, I would recommend saving the money up, even though, how can I put it this way? If you're looking at brand new equipment, don't buy cheap. If you see the $30 backpack, it's brand new, don't buy it. It is worth your effort to save a few extra dollars, like $20, $30, $40, to get yourself something that will be dependable, that will work in a time like an emergency when you need it. Cheap bag, you'll find knockoffs of this, okay? Was it Field Line? I think SOG has a knockoff version of this for like 50 bucks. But the construction of those bags is not the same quality as this. And mind you, all the complaints I just gave you about the threading and all, well, just think about those bags, which are cheapo versions. But anyway, if you're in, you know, I hope this educates you. You know, one thing in my reviews, I like to use my equipment for military purposes. So that way you educate, so you will learn how, like, hey, how does a military person actually use this? What are some actual practical, you know, applications besides like a milsim or a bushcraft? By the way, not knocking those things, I am also into bushcrafting and hiking and camping. But I just want to give you a different perspective on it. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, comment. Feel free to ask me any comments, and I hope to see you soon. Out.
What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it!